Well, welcome to added time here at Goodison Park. Everton won, Watford 0. It finished. Derek Payne was alongside me in the commentary box. We'll hear from Derek in a moment, but we've got the Watford head coach Javi Gracia with us as well. Javi, much improved performance, but still disappointed obviously with the end result, I guess.
Yeah, I think we can be disappointed today with the result. The performance was better. We dominated the game in many spells, but if you don't score when you have chances, after you pay for it, and in this kind of games when are really equal games, you have to be more clinical and play in a way. As I said before, I think today we can be a little bit disappointed with the result, but I think we played better, and I'm sure in the next game we will improve the level as well.
People talk about details, I guess frustrated in the manner that you conceded the goal and not converting those chances when they came?
Yeah, they scored when they were dominating in the first part of the game with more possession, playing more time in opposite half. But after that, I think after 20-25 minutes, we played better, we dominated the game, we had the clear chance with Dawson, the crossbar in a corner kick. And in the second half, we keep playing the same way. In the first 3 minutes, we had 3 corner kicks, playing in opposite half, dominating, more possession, I think around 55%.
56, yeah.
The same shots on target. It was an equal game with a better face for us, but it wasn't enough to get a better result, and we are unhappy, but we try to play better and to get a better result in the next game.
Javi, I'd just like to ask, the midfield area today, obviously coming into the game, we heard their problems in midfield. Yeah. Was it an area that you kind of targeted to try and overload a little bit?
Yeah, they had Schneiderlin suspended, and then they had the chance to play with Gomez and Erbamin. We had good midfielders, and today we tried to play with Capoue and Doucouré in the middle, Roberto Pereyra on the left. I think we created play from our left with Roberto. Roberto was very sharp, and sometimes Coleman is attacking and let space in this side, in this flank. We try to take advantage these possibilities, but at the end, when we dominated the game, if you don't score, it's difficult to get points.
You'll be encouraged by the performance and the level of the performance. Would I be right in saying that if we maintain that level of performance, we should be turning them sort of performances into results?
Yeah, I'm sure of that. But we need to improve, not keep the same level. Try to improve our level, because I think we can play even better. And I expect in the next game we'll be able to improve the level and to get the result, because in this moment, after 2 games, we didn't get any point.
I thought the possession was a lot better today. Would you agree with that? Because people will say the work effort weren't there last week and the intensity, but I thought we actually kept the ball and passed the ball a lot better this week. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think, as you say, we had more possession, and it helped us to dominate and to play more time in opposite half. But in the other hand, all these minutes of possession, we have to be more aggressive to finish when we are close to the goal post, the opposite goal post, and we have to finish with more aggressivity. You are playing close the goal post, but you have to show your character in that part of the pitch and be more aggressive and finish better. Is the way we can score goals, creating the chance with them.
We're not going to get you into trouble, so me and Derek will talk about VAR when you've gone. I know you're frustrated about certain things, and we were scratching our heads in the commentary box, but just 3 positives: the minutes into Deulofeu, into Pereyra, and getting Welbeck on the pitch, a sign of things to come with all that attacking and exciting players. Sarr still working hard at the training ground. More attacking options for you going forward?
Yeah, there are more options because there are other players, new players with other qualities, and all of us expect they show their qualities and help us and to play better and to get good results. We have other players, and all of them are important for me as well. The most important for me is all of them feel are part of the team because we have a long season to play, and there will be moments for all of them, and I don't want to speak when we've played 2 games. The solution will be this player or the other. We need all of them, and we have to improve the level of all of them. Playing against Everton today, playing against West Ham next game, and after Newcastle, after the Cup. We have to be ready to compete the way we've done today, and after playing this way, if we are not so unlucky, we'll get better results.
Great stuff. Well,
Yeah,
we'll look forward to next week.
VAR, I don't say anything because I don't understand anything.
We'll discuss that at length shortly.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We'll see you next
Thanks,
week.
you, Javi.
Thank you. Next week. Bye.
Top man, Javi Gracia, the Watford head coach there. Derek, should we start with VAR?
Yes, I think we should, yeah.
We've been talking with the head coach. I mean, the big one for us was the Deulofeu challenge. Well, Yerry Mina on Deulofeu in the first half. Mina doesn't touch the ball. The referee gives a corner. Can we explain that one away?
Well, it's very hard to explain. We had a chance to look at it 3 or 4 times, and I still don't know why that hasn't given us a penalty, especially if you go to the VAR. You've got to be questioning who's looking at that, who's making that decision. Because first of all, there's contact with the arm, where he off-balances. Deulofeu's running, gets pushed. Then the leg goes in from Mina, doesn't touch the ball. So there's definitely, his pace is getting away from him. He's been, obstructed at the least. But for me, it's a penalty because he still catches him as well. So it was surprising when it went to VAR that the decision didn't go Watford's way. Obviously, Javi can't say too much about that, but I will say that I think it's a penalty, and I'm very surprised it isn't given.
Javi's very sort of keen to stress, and was all last season when results were going well, about level of performance, keep our levels, maintain our levels. I think we saw Watford got back to those levels this afternoon. He's just said that in those terms. Are you in a position perhaps to reassure supporters after 2 straight defeats at the start of the season that what we've seen out here today will actually stand Watford in good stead, and play like that and convert those chances will be absolutely fine?
Well, that's what I was saying to him about the level of performance, and he talks about the level of performance a lot. A lot of head coaches do. And if we maintain that sort of level of performance that we showed today, then that should reassure people, because the results will come. And he's even touched on there that it's just that final bit, the aggressiveness, he was saying, the aggressiveness in the final bit, that mentality of scoring, that'll be worked on in training now. I'm sure they will work on that final part. But if they keep that level of performance up that I see there today, I think we'll start picking up results. But he's got to maintain that. We've got to maintain that sort of level, and then the results will come. We can't go from Brighton and then to this. We've got to find that level of performance that is consistently up there, and then the points will come. They've done it last season, and I'm sure they'll do it again this season.
And one of the big strengths last season was the 2 in the centre of midfield, and really bar the first 10 minutes, Capoue and Doucouré have bossed this game, haven't they? And getting those those two back to those levels, that certainly is going to help drive this team forward. And they were at the heart of most things that started things off again, weren't they, today?
Yeah, they're at the heart of the team. Really good players. Outside of the top 4 or 5 teams, you look at them too, and it's a very strong midfield. I think they'll be the first to thank the players around them. Pereyra looked really good today. Will Hughes, they become like a 4. Let's not kid ourselves. There are 2 in there, but we come like a 4, and they work well together. They know each other's games, not just Capoue and Doucouré. You've got to bring Will Hughes into that, and you bring Pereyra. Pereyra looked really lively today. So as a midfield unit, and if you go to a 5 even, Watford's very strong midfield unit, and I think you need to use that. You've got to use your strength to get results, and I think we see that today by that performance. It was won in the middle of the pitch by, like you said, Capoue and Doucouré, but well assisted by Pereyra and also Will Hughes.
17 games now, though, without a clean sheet. If you don't stop them going in at one end, that makes it very hard to win football matches. What are we going to do about that? How can he improve that?
Yes, exactly, John. And it puts pressure. The opposite side of that, the flip side of that, is it put pressure on the forwards when chances come. You've got to really take them if you're conceding at the other end. But that's something, again, we talk about going on the training ground. You've got to go on the training ground. You've got to work on drilling stuff into the players, shape, midfield. It ain't just the back 4. Let's get that clear. It's not the back 5. It starts at the front. And it's about being in the right position. They'll be really disappointed that today, that's a soft goal to concede at this level. They'll know it's a soft goal to concede, and they have to get these, Javi mentioned it in the week, these little details. That's a little detail there today that they've got wrong. Your fullback shouldn't be ahead of your winger, and these little things they're going to have to tighten up on to keep clean sheets.
Cost us in the end. Let's end on a positive. We just mentioned to Javi, the flair players. We've got Ismaila Sarr still to feature. Danny Welbeck got minutes today. As the fitness builds up, we saw 90 into Pereyra, 75 into Deulofeu. Gray coming off the bench, Troy up there as well. You would, even though it's no goals in 2 games, you would expect to see this team start scoring, and soon.
Yeah, and I mentioned in talking to there that we played a lot better. The possession was a lot better, and the way we moved the ball about today was a lot better than last week. And like you said, the mention of them players we're talking about, there's a lot of quality in this squad. Ben Foster mentioned it last week, the quality in this group, and we see it today. And now we mentioned Sarr to come in. Danny Welbeck's got minutes. Deulofeu looked a lot better this week. I know he was a bit ill last week. So that sort of quality, and Troy up top as well. With that sort of quality in the group, we will score goals. As long as we keep the level high and we perform like we did here today, we will take the chances when they come. And Andre Gray, I haven't even mentioned Andre as well, so great competition up there.
Well, onwards and upwards, pointless here at Goodison Park. 1-0 it finishes to the hosts. West Ham next at Vicarage Road next weekend.
Oi, click here for more videos.